And we're live. Oh, good morning, everyone. Although we've got no one here at the moment, but then again, I don't broadcast these things. I just decided to do it on a whim. So today we're going to talk about Warhammer 9th edition. Ultimately, it has come upon us, and I'm going to talk about how I sort of feel about 9th, and not just that, but the game as well at the moment, how I feel about it. Morning there. Just the game, how I feel about it at the moment. I'm going to talk about both my armies, my Orc army and my Admech army, how I feel they'll certainly do in 9th. But before that, let's go through 8th. As we leave 8th edition, and we're now 9th edition is upon us, how have I found 8th edition? To be honest, I found 8th to be really good. Howdy there. I found it to be really good, but in fact, let's take it right back to the beginning of 8th. Beginning of 8th, you had all the indexes, and all the indexes brought all the armies into be able to playing 8th edition. I liked it. As the codexes came out, you saw massive power creep in the codexes, and orcs were one of the last armies to get a codex. Trust me, as an orc player, not playing with stratagems, every game you played was like hard mode. Yeah, 8th, especially the beginning of 8th, before the orcs got their codex, was every game you played was hard mode, and it was hard mode to the extreme, because Jesus Christ, you want to know how it felt for an orc player in 9th? Imagine playing without the stratagems at all. Like, stratagems for orcs, you just got none. There was none. So it didn't matter how many command points you had, because you had no fancy command stratagems to play. So you were just screwed from moment one there. Straight away you were completely screwed. And it was incredibly hard. However, that all changed when we got our codex. And our codex, I definitely think the 8th edition codex will be remembered as a good codex for the orcs. It was good, brought in a couple of new toys for us to play with, we got new rules, new stratagems. Excellent. Generally, I think between the Orc Codex being released and what should be known as the continuous stream of marine codexes that we got, all the marine supplements we got before that, was an absolutely amazing time to play 40k in 8th edition for orcs. There was ridiculous overpowered stuff that you could do, and it was still there, but hey, orcs had an answer to most of that stuff. It could cope on massive scales. It was amazing. And then you started getting marine creep, and then not all of that, you also got chaos marine creep. And to the chaos players, yeah, you had a really good amazing codex, don't get me wrong. But Christ, Iron Hands were OP as fuck. Generally they were absolutely overpowered. So, and that's where, to me, 8th edition started to lose a bit of its luster. And don't get me wrong, I still enjoyed the game. I just felt that I wasn't having as much fun as I used to with my orcs. I think that's for me the problem of 8th, and I'm hoping, fingers crossed, when we're able to restore some normality, that we will be able to go out and re-enjoy some games as 9th. But I still playing my AdMech during that time. I felt that it was definitely the only army that I was having fun with at that point. Oh, morning. And I don't get me wrong, I still enjoy my orcs. I'm still going to keep them. They're not going to go anywhere. Got a dog joining us. It was still one of the fun points, definitely, during that. But then, AdMech were one of the first armies to get their codex, and they suffered a lot of power creep, definitely, from their codex coming out. They dropped rapidly in their certainly the tournament rankings. Yeah, there's lots of wind, unfortunately. Yeah, we are out in an open field. Like I say, it's I do enjoy Mad Mech, still do. Engine War, the supplement. In fact, we'll get to talking about the supplements because that was the next big thing for 8th. In fact, well, the end, as we now know, at the end of 8th, we got Saga the Beast, and Saga the Beast was really good. All the armies really did get a massive power boost. Tell you what, we'll just go down here. You along by the river. Oh. So, yeah, we're down by the river now. So, what happened? Supplement time. Orcs did very well from Saga of the Beast to begin with. We got a new Gazgul rules as well. Meraki's back. Still waiting for Games Workshop to actually release him so I can buy him, because I didn't want to get the box because I didn't play Space Wolves and no one else I knew wanted the Space Wolves, so I couldn't buy it and then split it with someone, unfortunately. But yeah, there you go. Have I been made homeless? No, this is just we're just on a walk this morning, and I decided just to do a random chill Warhammer stream. Really, I was just feeling really geeky, and I just wanted to talk about 40k. So here we are, down by the stream. It's quite nice actually. But yeah, that was really 8th for Orcs and AdMech especially as well. They did incredibly good, especially AdMech from Engine War. Engine War massively boosted AdMech. Not only that, all the new stuff, those new the new Raiders and the Sulphur Hounds that they got, absolutely amazing. Haven't got any yet, but I plan to get some because they do generally look really good, and they definitely go with the theme of AdMech of being like this mad, crazy Da Vinci stuff. Please don't drip from the nose. But yeah, this is the sort of the stream and where we are now. But yeah, so that was really 8th for Orcs. They had like everyone, they had a very, very slow start. Then they got their codex, which I think, again, up until we got the spam from the marine supplements, that's where, for me, it started going straight down. It's absolutely insane, but there you go. That was 8th, and now we come on to 9th. So I can't remember the full rules for it, because I haven't got the the book. You haven't played Warhammer since mid-2000s? Well, tell you what, now is, since we've got a new edition, it's a good time to get back into it. Never understood the appeal for Warhammer. Well, for me, it's just a really good social activity. You know, you get stuff, you get to build them. Oh, plane flying overhead, don't know if you can hear that. It's just really good. You know, you just get to sit down and, you know, you just get to paint. It's really good. The game sounds like a foreign language to me. Yeah, it pretty much does to most people. We're having the Warhammer Warhammer talk. So I apologies to anyone expecting something else or politics today. No, this is just a gentle stream. Really, just a nice chill walk today. But yeah, this we're out, like I say, as we're down here, as we were out last time we were streaming, out down by near the river. It's actually a really cool, chill spot, to be honest. You can see it back there, little stream. But yeah, almost like a direct chat with BHM. Thanks for the response. Yeah, it depends if I can see you or not. Sometimes I'm mid talking and I don't want to get distracted, so I don't read. So if I do miss people's stuff, then yeah, I apologise. Yeah, it's really nice walk. Like I say, I've actually been out since about 8 o'clock this morning, walking out. So it's been quite a nice, really nice walk. I'm about halfway through, well, towards the end of the walk now, of what I do for like a long walk on the weekends. So I'd come up again, go along the canal. Well, actually, I'd come down, go back opposite along the canal, right round, almost do a big circle, and then now I've come back along the canal and I'm going sort of the long way back round, shall we say. So it's quite a nice walk. Like I say, I've been out since 8 and I've just been, you know, just a nice stroll, really. That's been it. But yeah, 8th or 9th, shall we say, get on to now. The big thing and worry for me for 9th is going to be the charge distance rules changes, because my God, that's the big change for orcs, especially for any army that focuses on getting in close combat. So for those of you who don't know, charge rules up until this moment have been you've got to be within 12 inches to be able to declare a charge. So as long as you are within that range, you can declare a charge. You roll what you measure it out, and you've got 7-inch charge range. You roll your dice, you get an 8, excellent, you're in. You get a 7, excellent, you're in. So long as you meet that 7, you're in. Unfortunately, 9th edition, charge rules have changed. The new rule is you have to not only what about 9th age? Oh no, we're talking about 9th edition for Warhammer 40k. These are the new charge rules. So the new rules is not only do you have to be within 12 to do the charge, you now have to be able to completely cover that unit. So not only are you looking to get, you might be able to do a 7-inch, let's say you've got a 7-inch charge. Not only do you have to get 7, but you then have to completely cover that unit. So if they're in a straight line, which you probably won't see now. Again, with the new rules, you're now in sort of very blocky formations. You now have to get through to the back line. So that's now an extra, depending on what you're charging with the bases, could be an extra 3, maybe 4 inches you have to cover. So charging is made even harder. And for orcs, especially my army, I run a goth sort of hardcore, 3 lots of big units of 30 boys running forward with the sluggers and choppers, get into combat, hopefully survive and get there, because I have played games where I was up against an Eldar player who was, again, my friend, and he sat at the back line, and I called it by turn 2, because he'd absolutely rinsed my army, and there was just, I had nothing to take objectives. But then that's what happens when you play against Eldar. you get incredibly wiped really hard, really fast, especially if you can't close that gap as quickly as possible. Jesus Christ, you do take the bruises. So anyway, we're gonna go up. I'm gonna continue our walk. Oh, there's a dog come down here to join us. Which way? We're gonna go up. Yeah. Oop. To Daisy. Oop. 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 Back on. Oh, there he is. Don't know if you can see him. Nice little border collie. Unfortunately, there's a lot of mess around here, which is quite a shame. As you can see, it's quite a nice spot for camping. Watch out for weirdos in the bushes. You know, it's Barnsley. There's many weirdos around. It's not just in the bushes. You have to watch out for them in Barnsley. But yeah, that to me, and bear in mind, I haven't played any games yet of 9th, not, which is really upsetting because I'd like to get in and play some games. To be honest, is our club? It's open, but to me, with the current coronavirus and whatnot, I don't feel like it's safe enough to go out and actually play with other people at the moment. I really don't think it's safe. And even though the club's open and they've got like social distancing rules in place, you know, we all have to wear masks and whatnot, I still don't think it's safe. But there you go. The other thing, though, I want to talk about, AOS. I've been really getting into Age of Sigmar. In fact, what I might do, one of these chill streams is one day, I might just get out my entire Warhammer 40k collection and my AOS collection, just show you all my collection. Sorry about the the sun. Unfortunately, walking in a completely, it's behind me now, so it doesn't matter where I position my my camera. You're gonna get some sun. So I love the Gloomspite Gits. That's my first AOS army. They are fun. They are so fun. And the people that at the club, there's only 2 other guys that play. For those among us who don't know what's AOS, AOS stands for Age of Sigmar. And Age of Sigmar is Games Workshop's fantasy miniatures game. So it's all elves, dwarves, and magic, rather than in 40k. It's elves, dwarves, and magic. But in a fantasy setting. So that's the I'd say what most of the stuff is, and I've been having so much fun with Age of Sigmar. Because Age of Sigmar, I tell you now, I've been through quite the journey with Age of Sigmar. Because when I first started with Games Workshop, I was playing Warhammer Fantasy, and that's the thing. I was playing Empire back in the day, and I sold all my my Empire army because I got into the 40k. Not only that, but there was less and less people playing Warhammer Fantasy in my sort of in my area, so I just sort of got rid of it, unfortunately. Sort of, I wish I'd kept it, but oh well, you never know, right? So unfortunately, I got rid of my Empire army years ago. However, getting back into AOS, originally when it first came out, you had the box set, and I was like, that looks pretty interesting. The rules massively changed. The gameplay of it massively changed, sort of to more match a 40k style version of play. But AOS, as I always say to this now, people who haven't played AOS or diss it, AOS is like 40k in some ways, but it's still its own game. And it has different rules, different ways of tactics, and quite frankly, I think all the races that you have in 40k, like Gloomspite Gits. Gloomspite Gits are amazing. They're like the Night Goblin faction, and you know, you've got massive squigs, you know, running around. You've got, you know, the Squig Knights, the Boingrot Bounders, and the Squig Hoppers, which are really fun to paint. You've got amazing magic. You've got the Mork's Mighty Mushroom, where you can just spring up a massive aerial denial mushroom on the board. Yeah, they're absolutely amazing. And I've been playing, like I say, there's only me and two other guys at the club that play AOS. So I've got my Gloomspite Gits, and then there's another guy who has Beastmen, Sephiron, which are like the renamed Lizard Men, and then you've got what armies does he play now? He's basically got the new elves, what they call the Lumineth Realm Lords, and then you've got the other guy who plays mostly Death armies. So he plays the Host of Nagash and also Nighthaunt, which are like an army of ghosts. Which is pretty, and to be honest, they're pretty damn cool. I'm not gonna lie, Nighthaunt. Very, very tempted to go with to go with them. So I've been really enjoying my Gloomspite Gits. They're just such a fun army to play. Just, you know, random rules. You run about with, you know, high goblins who are off the face on shrooms. But yeah, that's what they are. And then you've got the moon rule, where you've got a moon that's coming across the table, and that gives various buffs to your army as well, depending where the moon is on the table. And it's generally just an amazing game. I found it just an amazing game to play, rules wise. The armies are really varied and different, you know, and I've got some Goblin Fanatics. I remember the first time I played those against one of the guys, and he was like, those are OP. Those are really OP. And I'm like, they are slightly, but not really. And it's actually quite funny because the more games I played against him, the more he got used to fighting the Fanatics, to a point where he's now not too fussed about playing against the Fanatics, but because he's found ways to deal with them. And that's the wonderful thing about, I especially find, about AOS compared to 40k. There seems to be this different design decision in the games, where every faction almost has answers to a lot of stuff. Even if someone pulls something out that's like quite OP, or what might be considered OP, you can have answers to that very, very easily, very quickly. And it's just a matter of knowing your army and knowing oh right, I know they're going to be bringing this type of unit, so I better bring this type of unit instead to help me deal with it. Now in 40k, there is sort of that same stuff going on, but I really greatly feel in 40k, it's not that case. Very often, some of the most what were considered like the overpowered units, even if you brought a counter against them, sometimes that counter will just go, not today. And it's I feel AOS to me is more balanced. Kind of not, yeah. And yeah, it's just been really, really good playing AOS. And recently, I've really been thinking about starting another AOS army. So I've been like, what army should I play? And I had a look at the new Death army that brought out, the Ozark Bone Reapers. And the Bone Reapers really do look really cool. They're like skeleton samurai in the way that they are sort of presented, and that's really cool. That's really appealing. The rules aren't bad either for them. The other army I was looking at was the Ideneth Deepkin, which are sea elves, and they're well soulless sea elves, shall we say, and their rules are pretty cool as well. They ride massive conger eels into battle, and they've got there's a model where it's basically a giant war turtle, which is really cool. And then they've got like a massive shark model as well, which is so cool as well. So I've pondered about them, but I'm really tempted. In fact, I think it's probably the army that I'm going to be tempted for my second army for AOS, because it was the original army that piqued my interest in Age of Sigmar, and made me go, okay, I'm going to actually start paying attention to this game and see what happens with it. And that is the Cadron Overlords. And the Cadron Overlords are steampunk dwarves with massive aerial sky ships. Generally cool. They are so cool. And I've had a look around it, and I've just been like, you know what, that's that to me is it at the end of the day. I think I'm probably going to go with Cadron Overlords, because they just look so cool from an army perspective, from like a hobby perspective as well. I just love to have a go at painting one of those ether ships that they've got. It looks just so cool to paint. Again, just from a hobby perspective, just actually getting to try and paint one, I think would be really cool. So I've ordered, yesterday I ordered the Codex. Am I sweating a bit? It's a bit warm, to be honest. And I've got quite a fast walk pace. And I've been out here since 8 o'clock. Been quite a long walk today. It's been quite cool. I normally do on like on a Saturday and Sunday in the mornings, early mornings like this. It's just really cool just to come out here and just have like a really nice long walk. Really nice. And like I say, I've shown off the scenery before, but I don't know how much you can see of that there. But yeah, it's just so nice and quiet. Just have like time, time for myself, walk about in nature. But it's just really nice. How do you feel? Yeah, we're not talking politics today. This is a Warhammer walk and chill stream today. So if you're hoping for Brexit, then too bad for today. That's what we're talking about today. We'll get back to that. Normal service will be resumed, as they say. I just fancy just talking about something a bit different. when you're going to do a live stream with Maximilian. Actually, I talked to him last night. In fact, we were on. Got invited into his Discord, and we had him and a couple other people that were there on his Discord. Just had a talk about just random politics and just stuff that was just going on in the world at the moment. Anyway, it was quite kind of it's definitely kind of cool. We didn't get a chance to talk about doing a live stream or anything like that, but yeah, I'd definitely be up for doing a live stream. Like I say, the problem with a live stream with us would be because we agree on a lot of stuff. It would be looking at what we could actually talk about as a like a subject. Because we agree, we're just going to be agreeing with each other, and to some end that would be quite good and quite a nice stream. I mean, maybe it would be we pick 3 like articles or topics that we want to talk about, and we just do something like that. Maybe I don't know. Like I say, I need to get in contact with him, I think, today, and we'll just and I'll try and set something up with him. We'll just do something. Doesn't have to be too formal, shall we say? But there you go. So that's sort of really the end of my of today's. I'll just go over here into the shade a bit. Avoid the cow poop. Hi, nice to catch you from Japan. Oh, in November I will be going to Japan. Well, fingers crossed. Hopefully, going to Japan. Have you watched a different bias channel? Yes, I know of Phil. Again, he's someone else I'd like to just have a talk about, really. Talk with. I think it'd be really, really cool. But again, we sort of we just talk about probably the same things. But like I say, I know we're both from Yorkshire, so when you get 2 people from Yorkshire on the same on the same stream, the talk could just go on for hours. But yeah, I'm hoping to go to Japan in November. I booked my to go to the JCI World Conference in Yokohama back in October. So we're just going to have to, and like I say, at the moment, the Japanese convention organisers, there's meant to be some sort of decision whether the conference will be going ahead or not, hopefully at the end of this month. If not, then we've still got our travel, so we're still tempted just to see if we can just go and just have a holiday out there, because we were going to go for like 2 weeks. We'd got yeah, I don't think so. So what I would love to do, again, hopefully just go out there. Because we had like 4 days in Kyoto, then we do the conference in Yokohama for a week. Then afterwards, we were going to go to Tokyo and stay in a hotel in Shinjuku. So even if the conference doesn't go ahead, we just need to find somewhere just to rebook. So you just have to see really where we are, to see where we are. But yeah. We'll just have to see. I mean, hopefully. I mean, I'm really hoping it goes ahead, because I really do love Japan. It's an amazing country. Been there a couple of times before in the past. This would be like my third visit to the country. It's a wonderful place to go and visit. But yeah, hopefully it comes off. But there you go. Oh, there's some Yeah, some ethno-nationalists in chat. Yeah. Can we... There we go. That's them sorted. They've been putting time out now. So, yeah. Hopefully it goes ahead, but if not, that's it. Anyway, thanks for joining me on today's. Like I say, it was a non-politics stream today. Just a nice, just a nice talk about some random geeky stuff. Because that's very sometimes what you want. You just want a nice little break and just just chat and chill, really. So anyway, we'll see you all soon. Maybe I might do another live stream about politics next week in the morning. So watch out for another news from the woods. So if not, I'll see you soon.